Hey guys, boy, there is so much going on. I got so many updates, so much to talk about. I'm just going to make this smorgasbord video and talk about a whole bunch of random things. So, let's see, let's start on top of the pile. You may have recently seen me and a friend working on this Webster Model 256 record changer. Well, we're going to get back to it. Ordered up some stuff from Voice of Music. Some different motor mounts, cartridge, new idler wheel, but in order to get an idler wheel I have to send this one back, and he gives me one that he's already refurbished. It's like a trade-in situation. But while doing that, it got me thinking, hey, why don't I also start taking a look at this, which is the record changer from that Stromberg Carlson TS16 hiding in the back. But we didn't know what it was. It says VM, I think 2046 underneath the platter. So we thought, hey, it's Voice of Music, but this thing is like from 48, and they didn't go into business until like 1950, making their own record changers. But my buddy did some great detective work and identified it. And yes, it is indeed a Voice of Music, and it's an early one. But he figured out that it's a model VM 405. So ordered up the SAMs on this, and this thing looks crazy complicated. It's a 12-page SAMs just for a record changer. So I also ordered up some parts for this. So the plan will be, my friend's going to come back when the stuff arrives, and we're going to try to get both of these resurrected. And you know me, I hate being idle, so while I'm waiting on that, let's start working on something else. So I started working on this Heathkit T2 I got some time ago, but I need to get some stuff for this, in particular a modern replica probe for this. So gotta wait on that. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to finish off this guy. I got one more installment, the Admiral 24812. Next up, recently I demonstrated a little home TV transmitter gizmo. Turns out it sort of set up for Asian PAL TV channel frequencies, but got it to work pretty well on channels, channel 9 in particular. Well, as a follow-up to that, a viewer kindly ordered me up one of these, which is the Big Brother. Inside, I think it may be the same chipset or code base, but this purports to putting out 1 to 4 watts. I suspect it's actually less than that. It comes in a nice extruded aluminum cabinet. But basically I think that it does the same stuff, but nicer packaging. I think it came with a power adapter too, so we're going to try that out. Then, of course, I recently scored a bunch of stuff at an estate sale, which I may go back to. There was another porthole set there. Yeah, there was a month. You know, I can't buy everything. Well, put it this way, I'll buy everything if somebody buys it from me once I'm done with it. That's a little bit harder to work out. But as part of that, also grabbed a ton of tubes. I'll be going through these shortly. I'll do that in a separate video. I also want to test the CRT on this. Now, I mentioned about testing the CRT on the CTC5, the 21AXP22, which I'm very anxious to do. However, hey, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you know better than I do. But I'm thinking, since the thing is stored out in the cold, and it's about 30 degrees inside the garage, maybe it's getting up to 40, I don't know that I want to hook up a CRT tester to it. It's got 3 filaments in it, unlike this, which has one that has 3 guns, 3 filaments, each consuming 3.6 watts of power. So a total of about 10 watts of energy coming out of that filament on glass that's near the freezing point of water. It sounds like a recipe for cracked glass. So I'm thinking I'll hold off on testing that until it gets a bit warmer, at least until it's up to 50 degrees or better inside the garage. So I think I'm going to hold off on that. And then there's this stuff which just arrived today. See, the Early Television Museum convention is coming up first weekend in May, and I'm going to be bringing that Garrett, and I'm going to set it up and do it sort of a presentation, so everybody's welcome to participate, ask questions as we install CRT, install the chassis, get everything set up. Well, there is a workshop at the museum that we sometimes make use of to fix sets that have gone on the fritz, but it's a little it's lacking some stuff, or sometimes it needs to be reorganized and it needs some better test equipment, test leads, stuff like that. So I volunteered and said, hey, you know what, I don't mind spending a few bucks. So I got scope probes and test leads and alligator clips and banana jacks and a bunch of stuff, plus what's in this big box below. This is a gadget that I just found out about recently. It's nothing new. It's from probably late 50s, early 60s. It's a Sencore test pattern generator, but it's a little different than the other stuff. So one of the big problems with, say, the VG91 or the VA62 or the VA48 is they don't do a variable IF like you can with, say, the B&K 1077B. But this device can. It's still in the original box. It looked to be in pretty good shape. It's bigger and heavier than I expected, though, but that's because it's tube-based and it's not transistor-based. I'm hoping it doesn't need a whole lot of work to get it going. It is a model CA122. So it can do a variety of test patterns, color bars, all the usual stuff, but it has variable IF and VHF. And it can do a number of things. Similar to the VG91, this is a forerunner to it. So it can put out sync signals, composite video, or modulated, and it can put out different levels of signal. They even have preset modes for first IF, second IF, third IF, plus of course a variable attenuator. The goal of this being to find the most versatile device that you could hook up to just about anything. 1077B is nice, but it's got that flying spot scanner inside, and it can be a little finicky to work with. And it doesn't put out all that large a signal. So I'm hoping this will do a little better. Yeah, boy, it's all here. It still has the warranty cards and everything. Let's put her face up and take a better look at it. So there we go. So IF, RF, and an IF mode, you can go from 20 to 50 megahertz for the IF frequency, and RF you can do channels 2 through 6. And then there's, so you can select RF or 3 levels of IF. And yeah, this will do plus and minus 30 volts peak to peak. That's what I meant about doing larger output voltages. Or say the VG91 on its own, if you want to just do video out, you get 1 volt peak to peak. Unless you get the companion TVA92, but then you're talking about 2 large pieces of equipment and so on. Now one thing that's kind of neat with this, from what I've seen, is yeah, when you change the patterns, they show you a picture of what the test pattern looks like. And that's it. That's really, that'll cover most of your needs there to set up your linearity and color and whatnot. So I'll check this out in a separate video. Like I said, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of what is going on, has been going on, will be going on. So in the near future, working on some phonographs, checking out another TV transmitter, higher powered one, and we still want to explore the little one more as well. Going to sort through a bunch of tubes. Gonna check out these 2 sets I picked up recently. And of course, we're gonna check this out. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.